Australian Accounting for Migration Series. Successful Accounting for 163 to 892 clients. Video 3. First batch of Nitty Gritties. In our last video, we talked about an overview of the requirements for a 163 visa holder applying for subclass 892. It is the purpose of this video to examine the first batch of requirements in a more in-depth manner. You will recall in our last video, I have summarized the requirements in 6 items. Broadly speaking, we can further classify them in the following groups. Number 1, general requirements. Number 2, ownership and turnover requirements. And number 3, assets and employment requirements. First of all, let us have a look at the general requirements. I have summarized them as follows. Number 1, accountants must have conducted his business in Australia for at least 2 years. Number 2, he must have direct and continuous management up to 2 businesses in Australia. Number 3, he must have lodged a minimum of 8 returns of business activity statement. Let us examine each requirement I summarized more thoroughly. The first requirement refers to the fact that the applicant must have conducted his business in Australia for at least 2 years. This means that the applicant has the choice of conducting a maximum of 2 businesses in Australia and use them to satisfy the various requirements. In this respect, the applicant may use only 1 business in his 892 application. He has also the choice to include another business, but the maximum number is limited to 2. The other feature included in this requirement is that he must have conducted his businesses for minimum of at least 2 years before he can apply. A subclass 163 visa holder is normally given 4 years, within which period he must lodge his 892 application. He can choose to lodge his application any time after he has completed 2 years training, but the minimum period of operation must be at least 2 years, with a minimum of 8 BAS returns. In other words, irrespective of the profitability of his business, he cannot lodge his application in less than 2 years. The second requirement refers to the fact that he must have direct and continuous management up to 2 businesses in Australia. We have already commented on the number of businesses and applicants may have above, and we are not going to repeat ourselves here. What I would be bringing to your attention is the fact that the managerial involvement of the applicant must be direct and continuous. I have known of cases where DIBP has challenged applicants who had absented themselves from Australia for significant periods of time during the 2-year period, because the operative words are direct and continuous. Applicants must therefore plan his stay in Australia so that he will not have significant absences from Australia during the 2 years period immediately prior to application. We must not forget applicants are given 4 years to prepare for the application, and they have to meet the various requirements during the 2-year period before application. I have also known of circumstances where applicants have significant absences, but they were able to get through after being able to demonstrate that they had been continuously managing their business remotely during the period of absences. The idea, of course, is to limit the frequency and the duration of absences. At this juncture, again, I have to remind viewers that they should seek professional advice from registered migration agents regarding meeting this requirement and other migration advice. The third requirement refers to the fact that he must lodge a minimum of 8 returns of business activity statement. Again, I have commented earlier on this video, for applicants who have been trading in Australia for over 2 years and they have lodged more than 8 BAS returns, they should use the most recent 8 returns immediately prior to 892 application. There is no need for them to include more than 8 returns, as they will not be given any attention by the case officer. This concludes the contents of this video. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more. You are welcome to ask questions and provide constructive comments. Meanwhile, thank you for watching and cheerio.